Once again, welcome back to the Holistic Astrology channel. And my friends, I'm making a video today on Garuda Purana. Now, what is Garuda Purana? Garuda Purana is one of the 18 oldest Puranas present on the earth. It's a great Purana because in this video, I'm going to discuss about the essence of Garuda Purana and its reflection into our birth chart. So basically I'm discussing the karma and its reflection into our birth chart. And I'm going to use some of the public domain techniques by Saptarishi and by the J Hura by PVR. So thank you to both of you for giving us such useful information on the public domains. And also I want to say thanks to my mentor who is somewhere in the United States. Thank you to him for giving me guidance at every step, for enlightening my path. Thank you so much. This video on the Garuda Purana is a very in-depth subject, and I feel like I'm not really that much scholar person who knows all the details, but yes, I have tried it with the confidence of my guru in me. So I just gave it a try. I apologize if I make any mistakes to all the senior astrologers and all the senior scholars of this subject. Thank you so much. So let's start with the video. This Garuda Purana is the blessing of Lord Vishnu to the mankind to improve the karma of a normal person, of the human beings, and get enlightenment and move towards enlightenment. Now, Garuda Purana, we have to understand the meaning first. Garuda means the king of the birds, which is eagle. If you have ever seen the picture of Lord Vishnu sitting on a Garuda, here's the picture, I'll show you. Just look at this picture, and in this picture you'll see he's sitting on a bird, and that bird is called Garuda. Okay, now how this Garuda Purana was born? First thing is this Garuda Purana was born when Lord Vishnu and Garuda were talking to each other, and Garuda asked Lord Vishnu that, "Oh Lord, you have already told me that what happens to those people who are good people, and when they die, when they leave this world, they go to heavens, and you have told me all the process about it. So what happens to those people who are sinners, who do bad karma, who hurt the people and all that bad stuff they do? What happens to those people after death? What is the process after the death?" And that moment the Garuda Purana was born. Lord Vishnu said, "Okay, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to reveal you the secrets about those sinner people, what happens to them after death. Since you asked me about the good people already, I'm going to give you all the details, all the secrets about the Garuda Purana, and that will help the mankind to do the good karma." Our life is like a Vishnu tree. Okay, so what is Vishnu tree? Vishnu tree is a tree which has different parts, like the roots of dharma, the branches of karma, and then flowers on it of yajnas and homams, and then we have the fruit of moksha. Similarly, our life is like a Vishnu tree which has the roots of dharma deep into the ground. That means that is our base. Our base is dharma. Our life is based on dharma, the law and order, which is required to do the karma. So basically we need to follow dharma, law and order, to do the right karma. Right? Law and order here does not mean about the civil order, the civil military laws or something like court laws. No, it is a universal law which is same everywhere in this world, everywhere in this universe. There is only one main law, that is a law of humanity, which we need to follow. The branches of our tree, of our life tree, is like Vedas, which we need to follow, which we need to read, understand them, those ancient texts, to make our life more better, to see, to get the vision of enlightenment. How to get those enlightenments? These Puranas, these ancient texts give us those knowledges. That is very important. And the flowers which come on the branches of the tree, what are those? Those are the homams, the yajnas, the karmas we do to make our karma better. Like to do a homam in the house, to do donations, to do the good karmas, to please the gods. So those are like flowers, those come like flowers in your life. And then after that, on the tip, there is a fruit, which is called the fruit of moksha, which everybody wants. Right? So in the nutshell, I would say that we really need to follow the universal law of humanity, okay, and to follow and to read those ancient texts written by our sages, the compiled by our sages. It can be anything. It can be Quran, it can be Bible, it can be Gita, it can be the ancient texts of any religion, because they all give one message of humanity. So we need to follow those. We need to do all those necessary karmas to get the enlightenment. And finally, we reach the stage of enlightenment. That's life is all about. And from the astrology point of view, it is very, very simple to explain that how this thing works. Look here. In astrology, in Vedic astrology, the 9th house of the birth chart is dharma, is the house of our guru, knowledge, learning, our father-like figures, our gurus, dharma, all kind of things, pilgrimage. So the knowledge we get from the 9th house, the blessings of guru which we get from the 9th house, that essence which we take out from the 9th house, we convert that knowledge into karma into our 10th house, because 10th house is next to it. And then 11th house is like those flowers, because when we do karma, we get flowers. Flowers, those essence, those homams, those achievements which we make while doing the karma. And then after, the exit door, the 12th house, that is the fruit of moksha. When that door opens, you get the fruit. Simple. Here was a little link of Vedic astrology with the Garuda Purana. There is a lot more to come. So the Lord Vishnu told Garuda that what happens to those sinners after the death. So Lord Vishnu said that those people who are always involved in taking pleasures, who seek pleasure out of everything, those people who disrespect the elders, those people who disrespect the ancient texts, the Vedas, the Puranas, the books, those people who kill other people, those people who pretend like proudy, they are proud of something, those people who are rich, they are good, but they start living evil lives, those people who does not respect women, those people who does not respect the community, those people who makes this world dirty, those people who are selfish. There are lot more things to say about it. Those people are devoid of my blessings. That's what the Lord Vishnu said, that they do not get my blessings. So imagine if you're not getting a blessing from the sustainer of this universe, what's gonna happen to you after death? He will not entertain you. Here's the thing. But he said, those people who help others, those people who feel the pain of the other people, who really help the other people, who give away the knowledge, who distribute the knowledge and doesn't ask anything in lieu of that, those people are blessed by me. Those people are blessed by Lord Vishnu. So there are some past life karmas which we always bring into our life. Those past life karmas could be good or bad. Whatever we did in our last birth, we're gonna carry it over. So that's why in the birth, in the lifetime, sometimes we enjoy the things, sometimes we really get disappointed on the things, and that's all about the karma, the acquired karma which we have brought in from the last birth. Okay. Plus, there are more karmas which we do throughout our lifetime. That also we have to repay back in the same birth. Okay. So that's about the pending karma. Now, in the pending karma, astrologically, there are many ways to see it. Okay. From the past life karma, what usually the astrologers look into is they look at the fifth house. Fifth house is the house of past life karma, which is being used for that. Okay. Now they look into the status of that house, that where the lord of that house is sitting, what aspects that house is getting, where the lord has been gone, with which other planet the lord is sitting of the fifth house, who else is aspecting that lord. So we can make a conclusion out of that okay, this kind of karma has been brought by the person into this life. That's like a generic formula I'm telling you. Now there is one more technique which I'm going to use, is the pending karma technique from the public domain, and that technique is to see your pending karma from your birth chart. Okay, from the three houses. What are these three houses? These three houses are 6th house, 8th house and 12th house. So what you have to do is look into the 6th house. Okay, let's take an example of Taurus Lagna, the Taurus ascendant. So for the Taurus ascendant, the 6th house will be Libra sign. Okay, and the 8th house will be Sagittarius sign, and the 12th house will be Aries sign. So what we are doing here is we are looking into the sign of the 6th house, which is Libra, and we're gonna look at number 7. The Libra is number 7 sign, so we have to look into the 7th house of the birth chart. And then the 8th house is Sagittarius sign, which is number 9. We have to look into the 9th house. And the 12th house is Aries, which is the number 1, that is the first house, Lagna, native itself. So what that collectively means, that the person has to do some pending karma, something very significant related to the 7th house, 9th house and Lagna for itself. Now besides that, I would say let's drill a little more deep into that. The 7th house is a house of your marriage. The 7th house is a house of your partnership, the public platform. This is something about experiencing your subtle body also, for those people who do yoga. 9th house is a house of your guru, your higher knowledge, your father, pilgrimage, dharma, law and order. And the Lagna is native itself. That means the person has to do something significant related to the development of the personality. Same thing in the 9th house, as I told, something has to do with the guru, a karma related to your dharma, religion, okay, something related to the pilgrimage also, something related to the higher studies. Maybe you're gonna use those higher study, the essence from the 9th house, and you're using somewhere into the 10th house to do the karma. Okay. Besides that, you also have to look into the lords of those houses, where the lord of those houses are going, where they are sitting. Okay, for the 9th house, say the lord is sitting in somewhere, you have to look which house it is placed from the 9th house, in which sign that lord is placed. That's one thing. And also you are applying the aspects on that lord. You are applying aspects on the houses like ninth house, 7th house, and the Lagna also. That would alter, that would actually change some of the things, and you can come on a conclusion that, hey, okay, I think this kind of karma this person is going to do in the lifetime. You will be able to go more closer to the type of karma, to identify the karma, that what type of karma the person will be doing. One more thing I want to add with that is, also, besides the where the Lord is sitting, you should look what planets are sitting in these houses as well. That would bring a lot of change, and the planets sitting into these houses are bringing the energies from the other houses into those houses. Now, in the old age of a sinner, the person who is a bad guy, you can say, during his old age, in the last time, even the family members of that person get tired of serving him. They just want to get rid of the person. That's the naked truth. So during that process of old age, slowly, the person's fire in the belly goes down. That means the person cannot eat much. He does not feel much hunger. So that results in the lowering down of the energy level in the body. Muscles start getting weaker and further weaker. So what is muscles? Muscles is Mars, energy, ascendant. So ascendant in Kalpurush Kundali start getting diminished, start getting weaker. And the other sign of Mars is Scorpio, which is the 8th house of age. So it directly affects the age of the person. So you see the link here, 1st house and the 8th house. 1st house is the ascendant, 8th house is the transformation, age, which is the other sign of the Mars. And Mars is muscles, which is going down, which is getting weaker. So age is getting less, and the person is transforming into another weaker person, right? So here's the thing. When the person is about to die, he feels like painful breathing. He cannot breathe. He cannot even talk. And he's so helpless that he just wait and watch the death to come and grab him. That's what happens with the sinner, according to the Garuda Purana. I mean, whatever I'm saying here is not my opinions. It is the Garuda Purana, and I'm taking the material out of it and just trying to discuss this with you. Okay? That's what happens to it. Now, when the person dies, or almost threshold of death, the 12th house opens. The 12th house of a birth chart gets fully activated, because that is the last door of exit from where the soul is gonna go out, either to the hell or to heaven or whatever the place they're going. The 12th house gets activated in Vedic Astrology. That's a thing which has to be considered. 12th house is known as the house of other dimensions, the other world. So what happens is, when the person is in the dying process, according to the Garuda Purana, that's what the Lord Vishnu has mentioned in it, that at that moment, at that last time, the person gets the Divya Drishti, which is called as, which you can say as a supernatural vision. The person can see the other form of the world, which normal human being cannot see. So the sinner is able to see those Yam Dutas. Yam Dutas are the messengers of the Yama, messengers of the Lord of Justice. So they're able to see him, and it's scary, because they're so scary. At that moment, the person cannot even explain that what he is looking at. And with that fear, the Panch Mahabhutas in our body, the 5 elements in our body, starts leaving the body. Okay? And that process of leaving the body for the Panch Mahabhutas, the five elements of the universe, is a painful process. And it is mentioned in Garuda Purana that while this process is going on, the person feels the pain of 100 scorpions stinging at one time. It is equivalent to the pain of the 100 scorpions, right? So it is that much painful. In the whole process of dying, the markas, the malefic planets plays a very, very important role in Vedic astrology. Even though we know that 6, 8 and 12 houses are very important houses to consider, 8th house and 12th house especially, but besides that, the other houses play a very important role while the dying process. Why? Because I would say the 5th house. Why 5th house? 5th house because 5th house is at 12th position from the 6th house. 6th house is your health. So if your health is lost, then you're gonna go towards the death. Okay? 7th house is 12th from the 8th house. Your 8th house is age. Loss of age is death. Simple. And the Lagna. Lagna is the 1st house, and 12th house is the loss of Lagna, is the loss of the native. So these all things should indicate at that time to assure that person is going to die. I mean to say these all houses are activated during the death process of a sinner or anybody. But the purpose of making this video is to discuss that how a sinner dies. Here we are not talking about those people who are good souls. Here we are not talking about those people who are working hard for the community. They are not going through that bad phase. That's what they have mentioned in Garuda Purana. Now after the sinner dies, the prana, the life energy, goes out of the body. And what happens next is the Yamdutas, which I told you earlier, the messengers of the god of justice, the messengers of Yama, they catch the soul. The messengers of Yama, the Yamdutas, they have a special rope through which they capture the soul. They just throw that rope onto the neck of the soul, and they just grab the soul like that. That's what has been mentioned in Garuda Purana, which is called as Pash. Pash is another word for the rope. So when the prana comes out of the body, it is the size of a thumb. You see this thumb? Just about this size. And the Yamdutas put another cover of body over it just to capture that soul. Alright? So they start dragging or pulling that soul towards the Yamloka, towards the city of justice. Okay? On the way, they go through a lot of hurdles. The soul has to walk through the hot sand, burning sun. It has to bear. Continuously walking. And on the way, they are being bitten by the dogs of hell. There are dogs of hell, which if you Google it, the dogs of hell, you will find out the stories about them, that how they are and what they are. They are being beaten by those dogs of hell. And when they faint, they bring back to their conscious. They are beaten again by those Yamdutas, and then they are dragged onto the Yampuri, the city of the justice. Once the soul has reached the Yampuri, the city of justice, to the Yama, the god of justice, the god of justice then gives the permission to the soul, okay, you can go back to the earth, okay, and then come back after performing all those rituals which are going on through his family. So the soul starts coming back towards the earth with those messengers of the Yama, which are the Yamdutas. When they reach the earth, they see, okay, I'm here, and they want to enter back into their body because they love their family. They don't want to leave them. They try to enter the body again, but no. The Yamdutas have tied that soul with the rope. It does not leave the soul. They don't let it go. And there is a reason behind the soul to come back. Why? Because the Yamraj, the Lord of Justice, he wants the soul to get satisfied by eating the food from the rituals, from the last rituals which the sun is doing for that person. That soul's son who did the last rituals are very, very important for the soul to feel satisfied. And after eating that food from the last rituals, the soul blesses the family, blesses the son, and then leaves the earth. But those who are sinners, who are very bad sinners, I would say, they are not even satisfied even with those rituals what they do for him. They still feel unsatisfied. And one more thing I want to say is that the people whose last rituals are not done, they usually go to the Preta Yoni, which is the yoni of the ghosts, because they feel unsatisfied. So it is always recommended that the last rituals of every dead person should be done. This is humanity. Even if you don't know the person, do it for him. This will satisfy their soul, at least to some extent, and you're doing a good karma also. So I would say to my followers, my viewers, please, if you find something like this, if you can help, go ahead and help it. This is a good karma. The pint process goes for 10 days plus 3 days. I'm going to show you how. The pint is divided into 4 parts every day. This ritual is divided into 4 parts every day. That way you can understand. The first 2 parts goes to the 5 elements of this universe. Okay. The third part goes to the Yamdutas, which are the messengers of the justice, who take the soul to the city of justice. The last part, the 4th part, goes to the soul itself, to eat, to have it. And after 10 days, the soul is ready with the full body. Okay. Now in these 10 days, the different parts of the body of the soul develops. Look how. On the first day, okay, head is formed. Alright. Second day, neck and shoulder area. Okay. Third day, the heart is formed. Right there. 4th day, the backbone. 5th day, the navel area is developed in the soul. 6th day, the waist, the anal parts, and the muscles. 7th day, the bones in the soul. 8th day, the thighs. 9th day, the feet. And the 10th day, there is an implantation by the god of sadness, sorrow, unsatisfaction into the body of that soul, of that sinner, to feel that pain while going through the hell. You see the plan of the god? The god is making that soul ready to feel that pain, to feel the pain of that bad karma he or she did during the lifetime. On the 11th day and the 12th day, these 2 days, the soul eats the food which are being donated while the last rituals by the son of the soul or the head of the family of the soul. The soul eats that food, blesses the family, and then on the 13th day, the soul leaves the plane, leaves the earth, and goes towards the Yampuri. Okay, so these escorts, the Yamdutas, the messengers of justice, take the soul back to the Yampuri, and there are the 16 villages on the way. Each village is a punishment in itself, and it's a lesson to the soul in itself. If I get a chance, I would make a video on all of those villages one by one, explaining the essence of the karma, which is everybody should learn from those punishments, because those punishments are not meant to scare you. Those are actually giving a message to make your karma right. So when they go to the Yampuri, and the Yampuri is like what has been mentioned in Garuda Purana is 86,000 yojanas. 86,000 yojanas is huge, and one yojan is equal to 8 to 9 miles. If you multiply 86,000 with 9 miles, you can imagine how big the Yampuri is, how big the hell is, right? And once again, before I close this video, I want to say thanks to all my viewers, all my followers, and a special thanks to all the gurus in the community and the scholars who are working hard to bring up something new in the astrology and in the field of Garuda Purana, and bringing up the Puranas into the community so that we can learn more and more. Thanks to all of them, and hats off to all of them. Thank you so much. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, the Holistic Astrology channel, so that you can keep getting the new updates from my channel. And also you can visit my page on the Facebook, Holistic Astrology channel. And guys, again, keep doing good karma, and take care for yourself, take care for your community, and make this world a beautiful world. Till then, take care. See ya. Bye-bye.